Mi Casita Bakery is one of Deltona's newest restaurants, with its grand opening in October of 2015. It is a bakery with a great assortment of fresh baked pastries, both sweet and savory. But don't think the menu is limited to light fare. There is a good selection of soups and sandwiches, a few that are unique to Mi Casita. And the name Mi Casita, which translates to My Cozy Home, really says it all in describing the hunger-satisfying recipes. A true down-home style of Caribbean cooking, with many of the recipes being handed down from generation to generation. And the person calling the shots in the kitchen is Gamaliel Santiago, or Gama for short. In this episode, he will prepare his grandmother's chicken soup, a traditional Puerto Rican pastry, and a Mi Casita sandwich creation that is a favorite with its customers, a platanwich.
It's pretty cool because instead of bread, it's a plantain.
Okay, that's interesting. Now, where did you come up with this idea for a sandwich without bread?
Well, it's typical in the island Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
That instead of using the bread, we use a plantain,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of small tostone, we give you big tostone. We put meat inside, some salad or something, and you're back in heaven.
Okay, so what goes in the platanwich? Because you have, what are the ingredients over here?
All right, so for the platanwich, after we peel it and we fry it, we have lettuce, tomato, sauteed onions, roasted pork, pastrami, American cheese, and Swiss cheese.
Okay, so let's do it to it.
All right, so we cut the ends. This is how my grandma taught me, so.
Okay, I was going to ask you.
I hope I don't disappoint her.
Now, this recipe or this type of sandwich, you said is this something your grandmother used to make, or is it kind of a family recipe?
Well, not this one. It mostly is a typical, using the plantain.
Yeah.
But we just got creative.
Okay.
We want to use, the pork from the house, good pastrami, some nice sauteed onions, a little both cheese.
Okay.
And then, we came up with it, people liked it, and it's really popular. It's really, really popular.
Now, you're telling me the name of the sandwich also came from...
All from we did we asked all the clients, all the guests to come up with a name.
Okay.
And then whoever won, whoever was the best, we're gonna put the name on, on whoever won.
Okay.
So the winner was platanwich.
Okay.
What we figure is that plantain and witch, you mix it, platanwich. So you get a better, easier way to pronounce it.
Okay. So you peeled the plátano or the plantain.
Yeah.
And now you're slicing it lengthwise.
Lengthwise.
Now with a plantain, when somebody goes to a store to find plantain, what should they look for as far as like the quality? Does it have to be like really hard? Does it have to be kind of?
Yeah, if you're looking for like tostones, it should be like fresh green.
Okay.
Nice green, and the longer the better. That way you get more meat.
Okay.
More of the plantain. But fresh green. That's what you're looking for.
And about that size?
About this size, yeah.
So it's about like 12 inches or something like that? Because I guess it has to fit. Everything has to fit on it.
Exactly. Yeah, it has to fit on it. And we're looking. This is a good size for the for the client.
Okay.
It's a good size of a sandwich, and it's gonna be cut in half. It's gonna be really nice and yummy.
Okay. So now, what's the next step?
Next step, we fry the plantain.
So you deep fry it?
Deep fry it, yeah.
So now that it's in the deep fryer, how long does it cook?
It'll take about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes or so.
Okay.
We fry it twice. We fry it the first time,
Yeah.
then we make the tostones,
Okay.
and then we do
So
finalizing.
it's like you said, it's like a big tostone. It fries once, you smash it out, you flatten it, and then it fries again.
Yeah, practically. You got it. You can do it now.
Every time I tried making a tostone, I wind up making a mess.
Right.
Okay, Gama, so now you have your bread, or the plantain. Okay, so now what?
Now we're gonna saute a little bit of the onion. So that way. Let it caramelize.
Okay, so that cooks for about how long?
Be less than a minute.
Okay.
You want to cook with the meat too.
Okay.
So you put the pastrami and the roasted pork.
Okay.
Go nice in there. Just a little bit of salt to re-enhance all the flavor.
Okay. Okay, and they'll saute on the griddle for about how long?
This will take me like a minute and a half or 2 minutes or so,
Okay.
just to get it nice, warm,
Okay.
nice and hot.
Gamo, who taught you how to cook? Or is this something you taught yourself? Did you see other people? Did where'd you learn?
When I was very, very little,
Yeah.
8 years old, I would say, I started working at bakery for free.
Okay.
Just, and then I was doing like breads, I was doing like sandwiches, I was whipping, I was mopping.
Yeah.
And then I liked it so much, I went back in the summer and worked again, so I decided to go to culinary school. I went in Orlando, and after that, I went to West Palm.
Uh-huh.
In West Palm, I went back to Puerto Rico, worked at Italian restaurant. I did pastry school,
Okay.
so I had a little bit of bread, pastry background too. And then I went back to Orlando. In Orlando, I started working hotels, Starwood, Hilton, Wyndham. Our last restaurant, we won best restaurant in Orlando.
Really?
Yeah. So I was part of that team. It was an awesome experience. I even learned sushi.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. It was really, really awesome.
So you've had your hand in a lot of different types of cooking.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is there a favorite that you might have as far as like types of cuisine or types of like?
I really like Asian, mostly Thai, because
Yeah.
they're really tropical. They're similar
Yeah.
to us.
Mhm.
They got like coconuts, they got plantain, they got sweet plantain,
Yeah.
they got good seafood. Besides that, I like to get really creative. Like,
Okay.
you give me something, I want to make something different.
You're gonna make your own?
Make your own, something different. Something like, oh, what's that? I've never seen it. Kind of
Mhm.
like this,
Okay.
Get creative, so that's pretty cool.
Now with everything that Mi Casita that you guys prepare, is there a favorite that you have?
I would say our favorite is this sandwich and the Cuban sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we make the pickles, we
Mhm.
make the mustard, we roast our own pork.
You make a lot of the ingredients you fix them here.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. So,
Now, how about Gama? What is Gama's favorite? Or does he have a favorite off of this menu?
I would say the platanwich.
The patanwich?
Because I love tostone. I'm addicted to plantains, sweet
Mhm.
plantain, tostone, mash,
Yeah.
all that. Yeah, really nice.
So now you put the cheese on there and you let it melt?
Yeah, for a little bit. That way, when you buy it, you get all messy with
Okay.
the cheese and have some
Okay,
fun.
I like that. I like the way you said that.
Yeah.
You get into your food, get your food on you.
Exactly. So we laid the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and then we put the meat on top. Really, really nice and hot. There we go.
Okay.
So make sure to assemble it everywhere.
And
This is our mayonnaise and ketchup.
okay.
So we call it mayo ketchup.
Okay, that's easy.
Yeah, it's easy. We put a little bit of garlic, a little bit of mojito.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
it's more than just mayonnaise and ketchup. It's spiced up.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just put a layer of it. Really nice. Sometimes we try to write our name, but it doesn't work. So
That would be interesting. Next time I get one of these, I'm gonna have to look and see if it says Gama.
right. And put tomatoes. Put the lettuce. Tomato, and then we put the other layer on top.
The bread.
The bread, yeah. Tied it. That's a good size. So now
Mm-hmm.
you just cut it in half.
Okay, let's see the presentation.
And boom.
Oh wow, man, that looks good.
That's the
That
sandwich.
looks excellent.
Wanna have a bite?
You don't have to ask me twice. I love tostones. That is good. That is very good.
Very good, right? Want me to get a napkin?
Oh, well, that is excellent.
Right? It's not too crunchy.
not real heavy.
It's just right there, you know.
The tostone has just the right amount of al dente, just
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
the meat is cooked really good. The mayo ketchup, and I could take a bath in that.
Right? It's pretty good.
That is really good.
You combine all the flavors and that's what you get.
Okay, Gama. So homemade soups. That's also on the menu.
Yeah.
Okay, what kind do you have here?
So for today we do chicken soup.
Okay.
So practically I use the thighs, has bone, has fat, so it's nice flavor.
Yep.
So we have garlic, carrots, onions, plantain,
Okay.
potato,
Okay.
sofrito,
Mm-hmm.
recao, and a little bit of sazon,
Okay.
and then some broth or water is fine.
Uh-huh.
So
About how much water is that? What would you say? A couple of quarts?
I would say like 4 quarts or so.
Okay.
Yeah, around there. So to start, you just put a little bit of oil, not much. 'Cause
Okay.
You want the garlic. I throw the garlic first. I learned that from grandma. You
Okay.
get all the flavor first
Yeah.
from the garlic. So
Okay, now this chicken soup, is this family recipe? Is this like grandma's recipe?
this is a family recipe. This is a
Okay.
grandma recipe. This is the way she does it, and then I learned from mom,
Yeah.
and then mom learned from her, and then I learned from mom, and then
That's-
I guess I hope my sons and my kids
yeah.
learn one day.
So this is like a legacy recipe.
It's a legacy recipe, and you can do the same with chicken,
Mhm.
beef, pork, etc.
Okay, now how much garlic do you have? Because it looks like it's all diced. It's minced up.
Yeah, I minced it up in the pilon, the famous
Yeah.
pilon. Yeah. So I would say like 3 garlic,
Okay.
3 teeth.
Mash it up really good.
Yeah, you mash it real good. So you smell the garlic really nice.
Mm-hmm. And that'll brown for...
Brown a little bit
Okay.
for like a couple seconds. Then you throw the vegetables.
Okay. Now with the plantain, that's different.
Yeah, exactly. We use plantains because back in the island you have it in your backyard.
Yeah.
So you just, hey, give me the plantains or
Mhm.
give me the recao, and then pop, and you make the soup.
Okay.
It's cheaper.
Yeah.
It's fresher because you
Yeah,
have it in your
it's right
backyard. Yeah.
Now, you bring up a point. With a lot of the ingredients that you have, these are ingredients you get here in Volusia County in Deltona?
Yeah, you get them in Deltona.
So you source locally?
Yeah, exactly. You get local markets, the herbs local, the chicken, the plantain. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, so you have all the vegetables in there, and that's sofrito.
And this is the sofrito, yeah.
Okay, now for people who aren't familiar with sofrito, what's in sofrito?
Sofrito is practically a puree of like sweet peppers. It's
Yeah.
like habanero, but it's not spicy.
Mhm.
So sweet peppers, recao, garlic, onion, peppers, and a little bit of oil or
Okay.
water, just to get it all
Mhm.
blended in really nice. So you get all those flavors mixed into whatever you're doing, arroz con pollo or
Mhm.
soup, etc. And it goes well with almost everything.
Okay, it's like
So-
a seasonal, but it's fresh.
It's fresh, yeah.
So you have all the vegetables in there, and you're gonna let them. Do they sweat? Do you wait for them to caramelize? Or?
Yeah, you let it sweat a little bit, so all the flavors, get out. You get the garlic, you get the sofrito in there,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that, you put the chicken.
Okay.
Put all that chicken in there.
Now with the chicken, do you season it ahead of time, or you just put it in like that and then you
Put
season it later?
Yeah, I put it in there because it's gonna get seasoned with the sofrito, the garlic,
Okay.
and then I put a little bit of sazon and coloring.
Okay.
So it's like dry paprika, dry onions,
Okay.
and then that's for the coloring.
Okay. So just like a real quick recap. So you start off with a little bit of oil, and you put in about 3 cloves of crushed up garlic, and you
Mhm.
let that cook for about a couple of seconds. You said
Yeah.
really quick. And then you put in the carrots, the onion, the plantain, and then you put in the potatoes, and you let all those sweat for
Sweat.
like what, a couple of minutes?
Yeah,
Something
for like 5 or 6 minutes. You want to
Okay.
let it sweat, nice and cook,
And then you put in the chicken.
and then you put the chicken.
Okay. And you also put in the sofrito, and like you said, you put in the sazon.
And then sofrito, sazon, and then a little bit of salt.
Okay.
Just like that.
And that'll sit like that for about how long?
That will cook without the water for like 7 minutes.
Okay.
And then when I add the water, the broth, it'll take me like another 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then at the end, a little bit of noodles and
Now you had mentioned.
recao.
Okay. Now tell me something about that, because you said this is pretty unique to this flavor of soup. You know.
Yeah, this is like the secret ingredient, pretty much.
Okay.
That's what it's Pecao is very popular in the island.
Mm-hmm.
You can get it anywhere in the island.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like very similar to cilantro,
Yeah.
but not as strong as cilantro. And it's like nice, long,
Okay.
really
with
yummy.
that, and with that, you just like tear it and put it in?
Practically you tear it apart, then you put it in.
Okay.
And then that just give a nice flavor to it. Go
So
like this.
about how many leaves did you put in? It looks like about 6 or so?
6 or to
Okay.
8, yeah.
Okay.
Grandma says 6 to 8. I don't know. I just listen to
No,
her.
Grandma knows.
Exactly, grandma knows.
So it looks like it has a pretty good color to it, Grandma.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for. Nice color, nice and alive, you know?
Yeah. Okay, Grandma, so everything's been in the pot. It's been simmering for about how long?
Well, now it's gonna simmer. It's been cooking for 7 minutes.
Okay.
Now
And
it's
then-
gonna boil, simmer for another 15-20 minutes.
Okay, so now you're gonna add, and you said like about 4 quarts of water, right?
4 quarts of water, you
Okay.
said, yeah. So now you go ahead, add it. Perfect. Now you just go like this.
Okay. And like you said, with this, now that everything's in there, you have the water in there. It
Yeah.
will simmer for about how long?
15 to 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
There, yeah. See, nice.
And you simmer it, is it like a medium boil? Is it a low or is it high?
It's a medium high.
Okay, Gama, so the soup has been simmering for about 20 minutes or so?
Yeah, 15-20 minutes or so.
Okay.
So we added the noodles.
Mm-hmm.
All the flavors are good. We tasted it already.
Mm-hmm.
It's ready to go.
Okay, so how do you serve this guy up?
So pretty easy. Shake it. 4 pieces of chicken,
Yep.
plantain, carrots, potato. A little bit of broth.
Okay.
Go over here.
Yep.
It's nice and smoky. So we serve it with two toast,
Okay.
2 pieces of toast with butter. So that's ready. Then we go over here, and then it's ready to serve. And you just gotta try it.
Give this guy a try. It's nice and hot. Oh, wow.
Really.
But it's really good. Get some of this chicken.
Yeah.
Come here, chick. There we go. Oh, really good. You try some bread with it?
Yeah, just dip it in there like you were
Really
in
good.
your house.
There we go. Even the bread's nice and hot. Oh, wow.
For a rainy day, that's awesome.
Oh, that's excellent. Oh man, your grandmother's great.
Right?
Your grandmother came up with a real good recipe.
Yeah.
If you realize that you actually need that second waste bin, you can order one from Waste Pro or you can buy your own. If you provide your own bin, there are a couple of specifics the bin needs to meet. The bin has to be the same size dimensions as the Waste Pro bin. And just as important, the lid on the bin has to be hinged, like the Waste Pro bin. The hinged lid allows the bin to open when the automatic arm of the truck picks up and empties the bin. Many of our neighbors are doing their part, making sure they're keeping their homes and yards neat and clean by following the city's trash guidelines. It's something simple we can all do, and keeping trash in its place will keep the cost of trash removal down. Reducing how much it costs to collect trash can mean savings in the long run. Together we can do this, Deltona. Trash. It goes in the bin.
So what we start is put a little bit of sugar
Okay.
on on the table, and then we put our puff pastry on top.
Okay, now puff pastry, explain what that is, because some people may not know what puff pastry.
It's something simple and difficult at the same time. It's
Okay.
just a mix of flour, egg, and lots of butter.
Okay.
So you make a dough, and then when you have the dough, you put butter, you fold it,
Okay.
and you
Roll it out.
roll it out. You put more butter, fold it,
Okay.
and then you start making layers and layers and layers of
Okay.
flour, of butter and dough, and that's how you get the puff pastry.
Okay. So when it's
That's why it's
cooked,
puff.
yeah. So when it cooks, I guess the butter kind of like helps it rise.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So that's puff pastry.
So
And
that-
you have sugar on one side.
So sugar one side, sugar on the other.
Okay. And this is just regular granulated sugar.
Regular granulated sugar. Right?
Okay.
So after you get sugar,
Okay.
you roll it out a little bit.
Okay. And that's kind of like it pushes the
Pushes
sugar
the
into
sugar
it.
in there. Yeah. Exactly.
Now this quesito, is that kind of like a traditional dessert?
Yeah, it's a traditional dessert from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And then there's many ways to do it. You can roll it, you can fold it,
Okay.
but it's just mostly cream cheese. And
Uh-huh.
sometimes they put guava too. So,
A pata guayaba.
yeah,
Okay,
like pasta
okay,
guayaba.
Okay.
So that's really yummy too. But the popular one and the typical one is cream cheese.
Okay.
We beat
And
the
that's
cream
what we're
cheese with
doing now.
sugar.
That's the one we're gonna make.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we fold it. So that's about what you're looking for.
Okay.
After that's done,
And now you're gonna cut it.
exactly. We're
Okay.
gonna cut it, and it's better a pizza cutter,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
much easier. So you go here,
Okay. So you
Boom.
wind up with.
six pieces.
Okay.
That one came out a little off, but that's
Yeah.
fine. This guy has better luck.
Okay.
So now simple, you know. After
Yeah.
you got your squares, you can fold it a little bit more if you want.
Okay. Now, when you cook them, how long do they cook and what temperature in the oven?
You cook them for like 20 minutes
Uh-huh.
at 325.
Okay.
Because you want the cheese to be melted, you want the sugar to crystallize, and you want to have nice size
Okay.
and puffy and golden brown too.
Okay. Now, this is cream cheese. Now, you're telling me before that it's not just regular cream cheese, that you do something special with it.
Yeah, with the cream cheese, we beat it,
Mhm.
and then we add sugar.
Okay, so you sweeten it. Okay.
Exactly, sweeten it, and it makes it fluffy.
Okay.
And it's just easier when you make your quesitos.
Okay. And you have that in a, is that a pastry bag or is that just like a baggie or?
Yeah, it's a pastry bag.
Okay.
Regular pastry bag. You can find it, in the supermarket.
Okay.
So I use a little bit of water just to.
And that helps moisten the.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So you just go one fold, right, and then go like this, and then you go like this.
Okay. So you you
Pull
give it a stretch.
and
Okay.
then you want to have. There you go. And then that's your quesito.
Okay.
Fold it like that.
Okay.
So you do the same over here. You can use this one.
Okay. The lucky guy.
The lucky guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the lucky guy. Look at that.
Okay. Now, I notice the amount of cheese that you're putting there. I guess you want to be careful of how much you
Yeah.
put because you don't want it to like.
Pop out, yeah.
Okay.
You want to keep it inside the quesito, inside
Okay.
the puff pastry, So like that. Fold it once.
Then you tuck it into the sides like
tuck
that.
It in, yeah.
You roll it. You stretch out that tail.
The tail. And you want to go like that. That's a really nice quesito right there.
Okay. And then, like you said, they go into the oven for.
For 15-20 minutes or so.
Okay. At 325.
At 325.
Okay.
Yeah. So here's the finishing product.
Mm-hmm.
Our very, very popular quesito.
Okay.
See, like I said, nice golden brown, delicious, nice and puffy.
Mhm.
The cheese inside, and at the end we put a glaze of honey,
Okay.
and that's it. You can cut it,
Okay.
eat it, the whole thing. It don't matter.
Let's give it a shot.
So go for it.
Oh yeah. You can see with all the different layers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mmm.
See?
Very good. Oh yeah.
Nice
Really
and
good.
creamy and sweet.
Real sweet.
Yeah.
Pastry's real delicate.
Mm-hmm.
Now honey adds a good touch.
Yeah, exactly.
Mmm.
So you guys what you want, and let me see.
Very good. It's like a cheesecake you hold in your hand.
You're addicted.
Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to Deltona TV for more great bites. Oops.